India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world today, despite the setbacks from demonetization, the GST overhaul, and an apparent slowdown in the economy. With over 600 million people under the age of 25, India has entered the zone of a demographic dividend, with the working population exceeding the dependent population. This is likely to stay for the next 40 years, creating major transformation in the Indian ecosystem. Turian Labs has identified key emerging trends in India to help Finnish businesses align better with the Indian market. The 6 emerging signals for the year include the business of trust, blue economy, last mile services, urban wellness, consumption measurement, and the rise of e-repair. Trust is an everlasting global currency for trade and has a renewed focus today. The rise of nationalism across the globe has increased vigilantism on global corporations. The latest conflict between the US and China is paving way for massive reorganization and relocation of businesses. The shift from China is creating extensive opportunities for Southeast Asian countries. India stands ready to take the baton with an improved ease of doing business. There is a need to grow capabilities in high-tech as well as labor-intensive manufacturing sectors to provide viable alternatives to companies migrating from China. The key opportunities include facilitating upgrade in manufacturing technology to meet export standards in quantity and quality, and rapid skill training among the blue-collar and white-collar workforce in India to match global business standards. The pharmaceutical industry is a significant game changer in the area of high-tech manufacturing. The continuous manufacturing process is reducing production costs up to 50%. The opportunity now is in implementing continuous manufacturing technology for automation to produce complex drugs, along with utilizing small batch automated technology for personalized medicines like the chimeric antigen receptor. Simultaneously, India is at the peak of its digital expansion. Digital influencers are playing a great role in building brand trust. Influencers with a large following on social media have become marketing leaders in specific niches. Leveraging this, larger brands are collaborating with niche-specific influencers to tap into a curated audience for a greater turnaround. Now, there is a need to structure these influencer value chains by introducing marketing platforms to facilitate collaborations between brands and influencers. Further, the interference of social media in shaping popular opinion has pointed towards a need for monitoring policies, cybersecurity tools, and solutions for preserving authenticity. Blue economy encompasses economic activities dependent on maritime resources, for instance, aquaculture, maritime tourism, ocean energy, marine mining, offshore oil and gas, defense, and transportation. About 90% of India's global trade takes place through sea, which is about 8% of the total global trade by volume, accounting for 1.3% of total trade by monetary volume. India has the 14th largest fleet in the world, which needs effective maritime policing and defense infrastructure in the immediate future. In this early phase of development, there are several opportunities in this sector, like modernizing shipping infrastructure by mechanization and capacity upgrade of existing ports, helping ports to go green with solar and wind power, and the development of new terminals. India is also looking for collaborations in design of next-generation ships, LNG-powered vessels, and nuclear submarines. And for developing inland waterways India would require comprehensive river information systems, digital GPS, and night navigation technology. India has terrestrial complexity and perplexing address systems, which makes locating places difficult even with GPS. The patchy implementation of mobility and infrastructure across the country is leading to pressing issues in the areas of retail and waste management. Kirana stores are small, independent, family-owned grocery and daily needs businesses. There are 12 million Kirana stores in India, constituting the largest portion of supply chain costs in the country. After facing near extinction due to the advent of organized retail and e-commerce, the sector is currently undergoing a significant digital transformation, projected to grow to $1.3 trillion in business by 2020. The opportunities lie in digital transformation of the Kirana stores through connected point-of-sale devices, product identification systems, inventory and customer management platforms. Last-mile services can be enhanced further through improved discoverability of address locations and facilitation of same-day deliveries. This transformation in retail will need trained manpower. There is an opportunity in upskilling the workforce migrating from rural India. A serious concern at the last mile is waste disposal and management. India generates more than 62 million tons of waste annually, of which 69% remains uncollected. Improved waste management systems with active civilian engagement is a pressing need, creating several opportunities which include innovation in sustainable packaging technologies like edible packaging for food, establishment of better logistics systems for the collection, segregation and disposal of waste, focused on life cycle management of single-use plastics and extraction of precious metals from e-waste. Finally, waste-to-energy systems, including biogas and ethanol extraction from grains for better utilization of waste. India is undergoing massive migration. Every minute, about 30 people are migrating from rural India to a city in search of livelihood opportunities. By 2050, half of the country's population will be urban, with cities emerging as economic nerve centers. While urban population is rising, lives are, however, highly isolated as individuals migrate from their places of origin or familiarity into a new socio-cultural and geographical context. This rampant migration, agrarian distress, and social media indulgence is resulting in chronic loneliness and depression across India. Currently, more than 150 million Indians need some kind of mental health intervention, but there is a tremendous gap in the number of qualified mental health practitioners available for support. There are opportunities in creating online tools for mental health, counseling and sensitization, and platforms to encourage physical interactions and bring like-minded people together. The life expectancy in India has increased from 42 years in 1960 to 69 today. By 2050, about 20% of the country's urban population will be over 60. The maturing population, with its growing disposable income, tends to associate physical signs of aging to a lifestyle-threatening malady. This is creating a huge demand for extreme anti-aging treatments, including reconstructive surgeries for better aesthetics and damage repair, along with extreme anti-aging products and therapies like cryogenic body sculpting and platelet-rich plasma-based therapies. Cannabis economy is on the rise, with startups using cannabis in medicines, cosmetics, textiles, accessories, and wellness worldwide. India boasts a rich history of cannabis use. However, the consumption of marijuana is currently illegal in India. In recent times, a wave of legislative transformations is creating opportunities for expediting research in cannabis-based medicines, further facilitating production of hemp-based sustainable lifestyle products will help meet the growing demand for these products. Hemp-based textiles consume 50% less water than cotton for production, while hemp-based skin and hair care products have shown favorable results for the users. India is the third largest generator of carbon emissions globally. Rising pollution is lowering the life expectancy in major industrial areas. The consumption of resources is already over 70% biocapacity, while the demand stays ever growing. Measuring the consumption of resources is the primordial step towards a sustainable world. India needs models and analytics to respond better towards sustainable development goals set by the United Nations, along with low-cost monitoring systems for air, water, noise, and traffic. Further, there is a need for courses in urban management that focus on sustainable practices to aid the Indian government in reaching their goal of creating 100 smart cities in the immediate future. The rise of e-repair and the maker movement is a response to the global throwaway culture. The right to repair movement is advocating laws that encourage people to fix the things they own instead of replacing them. India generates about 2 million tons of e-waste annually, creating opportunities to introduce e-repair ventures like repair cafes as social spaces to share tools and skills, specifically targeting schools to expose students to the restoration culture. E-repair courses in local languages delivered online and offline, along with India-centric open-source technology platforms and diagnostic software and hardware for electronic products that create security of their lifespan. These emerging signals point towards a transforming business ecosystem in India. Improvement in human resource capacities and infrastructure, along with massive technological reformations and ethical business practices, are taking India towards becoming a lucrative destination for Finnish ventures in the coming years.